Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to be talking about the August balance changes for Clash Royale. So we got the Goblin Giant, it's going to get 6% more hit points. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's not very strong right now. It only really works, like I only see it with like Sparky. So sometimes it can give me trouble. So, but again, it's not that viable, so I think uh, hit points buff is fine. It doesn't change too much. And then Battle Ram, I think that change is fine. It's pretty good. It's nothing too crazy. It's just a little buff. Tesla, it's only good in a few decks, mainly just Expo and maybe Mortar. I don't know if people with Mortar run a Tesla, but I know that's definitely in Expo, right? I think the hit speed, I guess, is fine. It's only a little buff. So it's just kind of more for swarm. I mean, I guess for tanks, it'll do damage a little quicker, right? But I mean, the real building I was expecting to see was Bomb Tower. Like, that's the one card that needs a little HP nerf. Either HP or like its lifetime. I think it's HP. I think it has way too much HP. Just a slight nerf. Like, it doesn't even need to be massive. Just give it a little HP nerf. Evolve Firecracker got a nerf. That's good. I don't think it'll be enough. Nothing's really changing. I don't know if the big sparks duration, or like if the sparks duration, if that changes the DPS. I would assume it does, right? Like one tick less. So I guess less damage is good, right? But it still can't be arrowed, which is, I mean, it's kind of hard to balance it. I think it's fine if it can't be arrowed, but I think the range on it is just ridiculous. It can hit your tower pretty easily at the bridge, and it does a ton of damage. I think that's the main issue. I don't think the issue is that I can survive like arrows. Like, obviously that's pretty much what keeps like Firecracker in check, just like Princess and Dark Goblin, is that they can be easily like spelled. But I mean, it's evolved, so I think it's fine that it can't be arrowed. But the thing is like, if you're not gonna, you can't have both basically. Like, you can't give it this insane amount of range and then also have it where it can't be arrowed. Like, you gotta pick one. So I think that's what they should have done. Have it where either she was able to get arrowed or like decrease the range. But I do think it still can't be arrowed. So I think this HP nerf is good for sure. Like, it should not have that much extra HP after being arrowed. Like a sliver. Like, it should barely survive the arrows. So I do like the change, but it's not gonna be enough. Mighty Miner, I do like this nerf. It's a really strong card. It has a lot of versatility. It's really annoying to face sometimes, especially with its ability. So the slight nerf is fine for sure. Royal Giant, that was the main issue I had with the evolved one, was the amount of HP it had. I'm totally fine with the knockback. I think that's what should be like the main focus of the card. But the amount of HP it has is just insane. But this 8% nerf, we'll see if that's enough, but it should tone it down at least a little, right? So overall, these balance changes are pretty good. They're all good. It's just, it's not enough, As I mentioned before, Bomb Tower needs a slight nerf. Trying to think of what else. Evolved skeletons aren't very strong. I think that card should be 2-cycle. And they can revert it back to 6 skeletons at max. Or 8. Either one's fine, but I think it should be 2-cycle. Evolved Firecrackers 2-cycle, so I think Evolved Skeletons should be 2. I think having a card at 3 should not exist in the game at all for evolved cards. I think every card should be either 2 or 1, not 3. 3 is just insane. So that's what I think. I think evolved skeletons should be 2-cycle. Evolved mortar didn't get a nerf. Evolved mortar is not insanely OP, but it spawns goblins, which is the insane part, right? I think what they need to do is tone down the health for evolved mortar. I think that's what they need to do as well. They need to tone down the HP for that. It can keep the goblins. I think that's what makes it kind of cool. But I think these cards, they just added way too much HP. They should add these new mechanics that make it harder to deal with. More potential to do a lot more damage, right? But like these huge HP boosts, like they just completely break the balancing in the game. So I think that's the main issue they're having right now, is they're focusing too much on like health with these evolved cards, when the focus should be like a new mechanic that allows them to do a lot more damage. Or give it the ability to hit more cards at once or whatever, right? So I think that's the route they should go with evolved cards. I don't think they should be buffing health. I mean, that just breaks everything. And it makes interactions just a lot more confusing. And you got to memorize a ton more interactions, right? When you increase HP, like especially with spells. That's pretty much it for the balance changes. I can't really think of too much they need to change. Obviously, there's a lot of cards that are struggling. I think the other evolved card I didn't mention was evolved barbs. I think those are fine. They're extremely good on defense. They can be extremely strong on offense if you don't have the right cards. So I think they're fine. So there's nothing really to change there. I mean, there might be something they could change, but it would have to be very slight. I can't remember. I was going to talk about something. Yeah, there's a lot of cards that aren't very strong, right? Like you've got Barbarian Hat and stuff. Like, I don't understand why they don't just give like a ton of cards that are just not doing so well, just a slight buff, and just completely shift the meta, Like, these cards, some cards are just so bad, no one uses them. Like, what's a little buff gonna do, And you can just give it to all the cards. Like, it doesn't need to be huge. See, like, small changes are fine, but like they do it like on so little cards, it's like ridiculous. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.